and killed 6 men and wounded 4 others. I see that our danger is clear, friends. When will the poison of Massachusetts make its way down here?
How long before Dunmore moves against us the same way Gage moved against the people of Massachusetts?
Just a minute. Voter accounts are always incorrect.
It's only a matter of time before he does. We should act now before he brings more troops here.
I agree. We must find ourselves organized. We cannot simply be defenseless. We understand that the militia bill has never been passed. We've been left here defenseless for over a year's time now.
Precisely, friends. I say the time has come that we stand up and show our convictions as Virginians and show Lord Dunmore what he can do with all of our gunpowder. What say you? I'm here to tell that there are 600 men gathered in Fredericksburg, and they are ready to march here to Williamsburg and defend this city.
You want 6,000 soldiers here? Have you lost your mind?
We need to have some protection, don't we?
Against what? There's no one here.
Has what been there?
That letter that you...
It's an official transcript from Watertown.
Oh, good Lord. Everyone knows whenever you hear first account, there's something wrong, and this doesn't make sense.
Madam, I fear that we mean the governor.
Where's Mr. Speaker? Where's Mr. Speaker? We must act with all due diligence.
Are you not going to... Is no one going to stand against these men and tell them the governor is not guilty?
This is official transcript from Massachusetts.
All right. Where's your father? Does he have anything to say about this? Friends, we must organize now in order to defend this city from the love of God.
Precisely. I'll tell you this right now. The more you people capture hands to lots of these idiot company boys, the more you
Independent company boys.
You ain't got it in you, you coward! Coward! Yeah! Step over here, you
All members of the Williamsburg Volunteers, go home and make war to the court. Each man is to free with their pledge.
Under what authority?
God is going on. Sir, blood has been shed in Massachusetts. What? Why? We have an express from Watertown.
Betsy has it and was looking for the town fathers as we speak. Father, it is an official transcript. There have been 6 men killed at the hands of British soldiers in Massachusetts without any provocation whatsoever. Is this...
You are sure that this isn't another one of these rumors?
Sir, here an express from Watertown.
Young lad, come forward. Come quickly. Come quickly. Father, I assure you, this seems official, signed by all in Watertown to confirm that an army of occupation has indeed found its way into Massachusetts.
1,200 men.
Aye, it was an army of occupation, sir.
We know they've been occupied. They've asked for it.
But we have to do something. We stood in solidarity with them once before.
We're not doing anything until I show this to Mr. Rendon.
Very good.
The first man of our city, and perhaps the first man of Virginia. I have it on good authority that he's at Mr. Waller's house. I'll go there now. In the meantime, Captain, take some of your men and go to the magazine. Secure it.
Very good, sir.
Just in case.
Very good, sir. Very good, Father. Let us go, Captain.
It's only a matter of time before he comes here.
They're not happy until someone here can
Not yet, no. Well, what are we supposed to do? Wait until they're on top of us before we organize.
Yes, you wait for a threat.
Has there not already been a threat, madam?
No, sir.
Innocent lives have been lost.
I'm sorry?
Innocent lives have been lost in Massachusetts, madam.
You know they're innocent. How can you possibly believe that report? They were outnumbered 10 to 1. 1,000 British soldiers
Precisely.
fired on 100 men and only killed 6 of them?
Precisely, madam. If there are 1,000 British soldiers, what need have they to fire on them at all?
Well, if they need an arms, then they have every provocation to fire. Were they unarmed?
Or did they meet with arms?
They said they were armed.
So that is an engagement.
It sure
That
is.
is a war.
And we don't even know
that
what
was a
practicals
proper-
even occurred. That may be mere speculation.
But nonetheless, whether it occurred or not occurred, it's in Massachusetts.
Until there are 4,000 men on top of us before we do anything?
The only reason why I would come here was because of men like
If we
you.
take action against the governor, my God, they will send British troops.
Of course they will. Why don't we just wave the flag to have them come down here by attacking the governor, which we have already threatened to do? That is
Nobody's
absurd.
speaking of attacking anyone,
Oh,
sir.
if I not remember correctly, just a few days past, you marched on his front yard.
I was not even here 8 days ago, sir. I don't know any of this.
I like to be kind. You're all acting as if we're one.
You might as well just send a note saying, you know, come down here. We have a colony of armed militia as well.
I've had enough of
Fire upon us. Oh, I went over there.
Folks, if I can have you all please take yourselves over this way. We have to keep this area clear right here.
As long as there are uninsured cruisers like yourself, there will be a need for a military presence. Thank you. You were supposed to only wear those in time to take a position here.
Now, retire. Very good. Now be so kind as to show me the three primary forms of attack: thrust, demi-lunge, and grand lunge upon my command. Yes, using the center as your target. And thrust. Recover. Demi-lunge. Recover. Grand lunge. Hold that position. Go this foot more front. Keep them flat on your shoulders. Put the arm here for power and balance. And we shall work upon your flexibility. Recover. For a final evolution, if you'd be so kind as to demonstrate for me a paraded cart, then make use of a prie de fer with a proper beat and bind upon the blade. On guard. Ah! Oh, so sorry. I believe that is enough for today. You're becoming more assured, assertive, which is good. You must remember that balance in combat is what makes a man a proper fighter. An even keel of offense and defense. Be always cautious, my young student. I'm lost can never be regained.
Yes, sir. I will remember next time.
Now we are to meet again in 1 week's time. Is that correct?
I believe so, sir. Yes.
Excellent. Then I expect to see that you have practiced.
I will, sir.
Though not customary, let us conclude with the 5-point salute I've been teaching you.
Very good. Yes, sir.
I'm yours.
Take care to rest your shoulders, sir.
Of course. Until next week.
Beg pardon, sir. Might I have a word?
You might. It would depend upon your business.
Please allow a proper introduction. I am Captain John Markham, Chesterfield Independent Company.
Your humble servant. Tell me, Captain, is that the same independent company going about pulling men from taverns and using people's doors for tomahawk practice?
No, sir.
Very good. What can I do for you, Captain?
Well, sir, I have some pretty experience in the art of fencing and constantly anxious to improve my skills with the blade. I thought perhaps, since I have heard that you are the best in this city with a sword, that we might test one another. See if we can learn from one another.
You will forgive me, young man, but I make no habit of fencing for entertainment and diversion. This weapon is my trade, and I have spent my life mastering it.
Of course, sir. Perhaps then you might enlist me as a pupil. If you are truly the best, perhaps there is something you can teach me. I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
How kind of you, but I believe I have as many students as I am able to entertain at present. You'll excuse me, sir.
Oh, sir, please, I will work very hard. I'll follow your instruction to the letter.
Well, what has been your instruction to present? Who have you studied with?
Captain Sayers, sir. Captain John Sayers of Gloucester. He's been my only instructor to date.
No.
And you could not have learned much.
All the more reason, sir, for me to seek your instruction.
Well, you are nothing if not determined, Captain. Well, if I am to enlist you as a pupil, I must first see a demonstration of your skills.
Of course.
Now, if you be so kind as to demonstrate for me the 4 primary attacks in the positions of Preem through guard, I will then respond in kind so that you may demonstrate for me the 4 primary parades. Very good. On guard. And Preem. Very good. To me first. Preem. Second. Tierce. Guard. Preem. Second. Tierce. Guard. Are you well, sir? I'm fine. An old injury from the late war. Bothers me from time to time. Nothing you need to trouble yourself over.
So it is true, then. I heard rumor that you served with honor and distinction in the late war.
I do not speak of my service.
No, but others do, sir. You said that you served with Braddock. The tales of your bravery, sir, are beyond parallel. I wonder why then you've shown no interest in joining the independent companies.
Captain, is your troop overseer a recruitment for a so, sir? I will have none of it.
No recruitment, sir. Merely an appeal for your conscience. Sir, the men in the country of Massachusetts have already devoted themselves fully to the cause of independence, to driving the British from our shores. Surely you must know, sir, the time will come for Virginia men to do the same. Sir, please, we are in desperate need of men with experience in war, men who can lead us.
Captain Markham! I believe your intentions here are becoming quite clear. But you will know, young man, that I have had my fill of war and all its stupidity. I do not speak of my service. I do not speak of Braddock. I do not speak of my loyalties, and I will not speak on my sentiments regarding any cause. It was very long ago, and not long enough for me to forget what comes from such reckless abandon, from the arrogance of youth.
There's nothing arrogant about standing for something, or fighting for what is right. If there is anything that I have come to know, it is that.
To possess what you know, you must first be in possession of yourself. These independent companies have no possession of themselves, no self-control, no regard for the devastation they endeavor to bring down upon their countrymen, all for the sake of their so-called liberty. You spoke of my service with Braddock. Now you shall hear more of it. It's commonly known as Braddock's defeat, is it not? Is it not?
Aye, sir.
Defeat indeed, it was a bloodbath. A massacre, but it need not have been, but why was it? Because Braddock was arrogant and obstinate. He did not possess the experience needed, and he was unwilling to listen to the advice of senior officers who might have helped him. He fell prey to the advice of junior officers, who only sought their own fame and glory. His force was undermanned, ill-provisioned, and ill-trained. The exact same attributes I now witness in these slipshod independent companies, who seek to go against the greatest army in the world, all for the sake of their so-called liberty. No, Captain, belief in your cause, no matter how right or wrong, is not enough. If you are not prepared, you will perish.
Thank you, sir, for your advice. Well, I did not come here to discuss philosophy. My only purpose here is swordsmanship, nothing else.
Then if you are so inclined, endeavor to meet with me here tomorrow at this time. We shall discuss a plan for your improvement.
I'm otherwise engaged tomorrow. I practice the manual of arms with the company from Culpeper.
Alas. Then I bid you good day, sir.
Please, sir, I implore you, spare some time now. Surely there is something you can teach me. I've already progressed well beyond parades and footwork. Surely, sir, there is something else you can teach me.
You wish for a more vigorous demonstration?
I welcome it.
You shall have it. Yes. Perhaps you wish to engage in some loose fencing? Well, as bloodshed is currently prohibited upon the high street, I can go retrieve mine for you.
No, sir, I trust you as sharp after all. The British will not be carrying foils into battle.
Then are you ready for battle? Let us see. Come, we shall engage with more purpose after a proper salute. Assuming, of course, that Mr. Sayers taught you one. I'll be sure to give my regards to Mr. Sayers. Impressive, Captain. Using your opponent's weakness against him guarantees some chance of success. But in doing so, you must also conceal your own. You wish to rush into a fight. That is not what fencing is. Fencing is knowing when to attack, when to parry, when to give your full measure, when to hold yourself in reserve until your enemy reveals his design. The British Army, Captain, understand fencing better than you or I combined. Best to be mindful of that as you rush blindly into this fight.
Take your point, sir. I'll not trouble you with any more requests.
Captain, to know what you're risking, you must first know what you're worth. What is this cause worth to you?
Everything.
Then reconsider meeting me here tomorrow. If you are to succeed, you will need discipline that Culpeper Independent Company cannot possibly teach.
I will. Your humble servant.
I am yours.
Well done, gents. After 6 of that training, that ought to do him right well.
Gentlemen and ladies, I'm Captain James Ennis of the Williamsburg Volunteers, and I greet you this day, a man filled with urgency. For as we all know, we are now at war with the most powerful army and navy that this world has ever seen. But before I talk to you about that, I would like to give you a little history lesson, all right? I'd like to take you back a year ago on a day where we were all observing a day of fasting and prayer and solidarity for our brothers up in Massachusetts. You all remember that, don't you?
All right.
Now, what did Lord Dunmore do when he saw us having a religious observance? He had a grand procession down this street, right up to the steps of the Capitol, and there he did dissolve our House of Burgesses. Sounds like British freedom to me, doesn't it? Well, then what happened, friends? It was only a little while after that under the cover of darkness, that same Lord Dunmore had your gunpowder, your property, stolen from you, from our magazine. Well, there's your liberty. There's your property. Then, friends, let us remember what happened back in April when those British soldiers tried to take the gunpowder of those brave men of Massachusetts. What happened? They fired on those brave men, didn't they? Depriving them of their lives. Now we were all born as free British subjects. And as such, we have the right to life, liberty, and property, do we not? Aye. Well, we've already seen that they've deprived us of our liberty, of our property, and after those shots at Lexington and Concord, they have now deprived us of our lives. So without life, liberty, and property, you can still consider yourself a free-born British subject. Do you, friends? I should say not. Well, unfortunately, our House of Burgesses was dissolved before they could pass a militia bill. Imagine that. Depriving us once again of our security. That is why we have taken upon ourselves to provide you with the only means of defense that we can muster, and that is independent companies. But unfortunately, the people of Williamsburg have not come forth in the droves that I considered that they would. That is why I'm here today, friends. You all know that Yorktown is not very far away. And that is a city slowly dying of Tory rot. Now, as we sit here and try to defend ourselves and our life, liberty, and property, those Tories in Yorktown are coming up with their own independent companies that will one day try to deprive you of your life, liberty, and property. Well, I say I'm not going to let that happen. What say you?
Yay.
Boy, they're filled with spirit today, aren't they? Resolve is quite large. Well, friends, I know times are tough, and it's only going to get worse. Now, we could end this war right now, couldn't we? We could end it right now. All we got to do is lay down in front of the British troops and let them walk all over us. But I ask you today, are you going to let that happen? No. Are you going to fight on? Yes. Well, I say I need 10 men. 10 men between the ages of 16 and 60 to stand up here next to Captain Nicholas and swear to serve this great land of Virginia. 10 men, I got one. Sir, step forward. You, sir, come forward. Sir, will you step forward and serve your home? Those on the line, face towards the coffee house, gentlemen. How old are you, lads? You're too small. Go back. Guys, way back. This guppy needs to go back to the water. Come on, gentlemen. Daylight is burning. One more man. Is there one more man? There we are. Come forward, sir.
All right.
We have surpassed our quota with one more man joining the ranks. Very good, friends. We have just exceeded our quota. Now, lads, you will now be sworn in by my good friend, Captain George Nicholas. I will remind you, gentlemen, that you have entered yourself into a brotherhood. For does not Scripture say that we are our brother's keeper? Therefore, we will stand and defend Virginia and ensure that our homeland does not have to suffer the indignities of the boot heel upon the back of our neck. You boys have entered into that brotherhood, and I am proud to call you my brother. We will defend this great land of Virginia with all that we can. I'm going to swear in the oath. I wish you to raise your right hand. Once I have completed the oath, I will remove my hat, nod towards you. I wish to hear a resounding I so swear. Is that understood? Yes, sir. Very good. I have this day voluntarily enlisted myself as a soldier, and I do bind myself to conform in all instances to such rules and regulations as are or shall be established for the government of the independent companies. And I do swear or affirm to be true to Virginia, to serve it honestly and faithfully against all enemy opposers whatsoever, and to observe and obey the orders of the officers set over me by them.
I so swear.
For better or for worse, they are yours. You shall have them, Captain. Now, I was told... I was told that in Lexington and Concord, that those lobster backs were set running by a bunch of New England boys. A bunch of fearless New England boys. Well, if a bunch of bald-faced Yankees can put the fear of God in those red devils, imagine the abject terror they will feel when they are faced with these real Virginia men! Now, gentlemen and ladies, let us go to the Raleigh Tavern and buy all these boys of both parts. What say you? Yeah! Go, friends! Next, fall out! Way to the tavern. Well done indeed.
This way.
Oh, we're going to the tavern.
Can you hold him for a second?
Yes.
Because it's been a long time. I'm so happy.
That seems to be the agreement of quite a few.
Now you embarrass me, my commanding officer.
Oh no, I got more pride. More pride than you can imagine.
The next one's at the tavern. She wanted to take it. I didn't make her.
It's fine. I got it.
I know, but it's too heavy.
Maybe there's someone here who can lock it up.
No, we need it.
Look at the time here. But I thought we would do it around 3.
Mr. Attorney, although he has no friends here in the city, doesn't deserve to have his property stolen.
Voluntarily. There you go. Why? The imminent destruction of the city. The imminent destruction. Smoking a pipe and drinking a beer. I'll have you know that this is tea. Man, the damn thing that anybody here can do is stop me from drinking.
Your dependence upon Lord Dunmore has indeed promoted your own disgrace.
Susanna? Daughter, what on earth would promote you to be walking about by yourself in the midst of everything that's going on?
Mother, I cannot sit in our house any longer after what happened last night. First of all, someone has the audacity to throw a brick through the window of our home, and now this? Has the world been turned upside down?
Oh, my dearest child, has someone harmed you? Are you well?
Yes, Mother, I'm well. No one has harmed me. Have you read this? If your principles are incorrigible, if you are rooted in the wrong, pray abscond yourself. Push for some remote corner of the globe where the imprecations of your countrymen and the invectives of a much injured people cannot assail your adamantine ears. What on earth could Father have done for someone to find such fault in showing loyalty to the king? He's the king's attorney general. It's his duty to uphold English law.
Susanna, you mustn't trouble yourself about what's printed in the Gazette. How long have you been the daughter of a man of government? Surely you're accustomed to such talk by now.
Mother, do not ignore this. It's one thing for Mr. Pickney to post some scandalous report in his paper.